Good morning and welcome, Team Southside, where teamwork makes the dream work. Mr. Reynolds here.
And Miss D, and we have some superstar second graders with us today. We've got
Isabella from Miss E's class. Monroe from Miss E's class.
All right, they are here to help us out and, of course, say the pledge. So let's go ahead and stand up and say it together.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, well, it is Thursday, and it has been a wonderful week so far. And you guys know we have actually spotlighted 2 words
Of
the week. And our 2 words of the week have been refrain and indulge. So Mr. Reynolds indulged a little bit yesterday and told you a story using both of these words. And he's got something in store for you today.
I sure do. So one of my favorite books in movies as a kid was Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh,
Has anybody ever seen that movie or watched or read the book?
Yes.
All right. So if you remember, all the kids that went to the Chocolate Factory, they had a problem.
Yeah.
And it got each of them in trouble.
Right.
Because they did not refrain from eating the special chocolates and candies. They all chose to indulge. For example, Augustus Gloop. He was eating the chocolate out of the river and fell right in.
He did.
And if you remember Violet Beauregard,
Yes.
she's the one who liked to chew the gum all the time. She got that gum and it made her change into all kinds of different things. So she, actually all of them, chose to indulge in things when they should have been refraining. They should have not had them instead. But eventually, Charlie ends up winning the factory because he told the truth at the end. But if he just refrained from the start.
Right.
All right. And so I do have a true or false question. True or false? If you refrain from shouting out, your classmates will learn more.
Ooh.
True or false? Think about that. See what you think. And then one last question. Can you think of, and this is one you might talk with your friends, can you think of times when it's important to refrain?
Oh, good one. I actually have one right
Okay, you want to share one?
That our second graders can help me out with. So second grade has been amazing with starting up our recycling here at Southside.
Oh, yes.
And it is super important that we recycle things because then we are not being wasteful. And they have done such a good job about leading this. So something that we need to refrain from when you're in your classroom and you see that recycling bin, what could we refrain from putting in the recycling bin that does not need to be recycled?
What do you think?
Not putting tissues and plastic in there.
Very, very good. Isabella, did you have any more?
To not put plastic water bottles in there.
That's right. So you need to refrain from throwing your garbage in the recycling because guess what, you guys? Our second graders are amazing. But when we recycle and we get all the recycling bins together, somebody has to pick through them and take all the things that don't belong. And nobody wants to pull out tissues and water bottles. Those have germs everywhere. So you need to make sure you're refraining and not putting in anything that doesn't belong. So let's talk about what does belong. You can indulge and put in things that do belong, like what belongs?
Cardboard.
Okay.
Paper.
Any kind of paper can go in the recycling. You are exactly right. So just focus on that paper, and that's going to help Southside be a better place.
That's right. So please be responsible contributors to our recycling effort.
That's right. And speaking of our Portrait of a Learner, Mr. Reynolds, these girls are here because I had a wonderful opportunity along with our classmates to see them being responsible contributors in action today during math. So you guys worked together and you were working on a subtraction problem, right? And then you had the opportunity to come up and teach your class about the steps that you took to solve that equation. So as they were teaching their class, they had something to tell their classmates. So girls, what did you teach your classmates? First, what did you say to them?
So first, we showed them our work. And Monroe, I was the one who made a mistake because I put it was 89. 89 and 60.
I think it was like 600 something.
Yeah. So I put, so 89 didn't have 100, and I made a mistake of putting the 8 in the hundreds and the 9 in the tens. Monroe told me that it was not right. We couldn't get the answer, but at last she said, "Oh, look, the 8 is supposed to be in the tens, and the 9 is supposed to be in the ones."
Very good. So what I love about this duo right here is, first off, that Isabella was able to admit that she made a mistake to her whole class, because that was so powerful, because we can learn from mistakes. And Isabella and Monroe learned from that mistake, but then they told the whole class. So the entire class was able to contribute and learn about a mistake that you are not the only one that made that mistake. And lots of students will make the same one. So they were able to learn from that mistake. And Monroe, you were able to coach her in a very responsible way. So you both contributed to your partnership and the lesson in such a positive and powerful way. So I'm super proud of these girls for being leaders in their classroom and teaching their classmates. It was wonderful to see. All right. I think that's all we've got today. So very proud of you, young ladies, for being a great model for our school to follow. And of course, we love to see you be
Safe, respectful, and responsible. And it's always a great day to be a Southside Stallion. Bye, y'all.